I'm Peggy, and I am a hoarder. When you walk up to the house, there's a motorhome, and it has furniture and things for the kitchen and Christmas presents, because I always knew where the Christmas presents were hiding. They were in the motorhome. When you walk up the steps, you go into the front door, and the door doesn't open all the way because there's a bunch of food sitting there, which came out of a pantry that is against the dining room wall, behind a bunch of boxes. And then there's a hallway to the laundry room and to the 2 rooms at the end of the hall. I haven't slept in my bedroom since about 2012. I sleep on the bed, in the kitchen in front of the refrigerator. I eat my meals sitting on the bed between the TV and the bedside table. It feels like the house owns me. I don't own the house. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling.
I'm Elisa, and Peggy is my mother. When I was in the house in 2019, it was very difficult to get around. There were just aisleways to go from room to room, which was only about 3 rooms you could get in and out of. My mother was sleeping in a chair. I've since seen pictures, and I have seen that it's gotten worse. That's a hard thing for me to have to think about, but it just is not safe. It is not safe for her to be there, physically and emotionally. When my parents divorced, I was about 13 or 14 when I moved in with my father, and she moved to California.
Wrongly, I thought if I ever left, she'd go with me. But she was a daddy's girl, and she wanted to be with Dad. I wanted her to have that, but it was just hard. There's no family anymore.
When I noticed the hoarding to become really bad was after her boyfriend had left her.
Back in 2010, he said, "Oh, by the way, I remarried my ex." And I said, "Bye. I don't do that." And we'd been together about 15 years. It was just no warning, kind of, So that was hard.
I think that was the trigger that set this more in motion. I feel like she's trying in some ways to fill something that's missing in her life.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Dr. Robin Zazio. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and I specialize in helping people who are struggling with OCD and hoarding behaviors. Peggy, your family is here, your friends are here,
Yeah.
Dorothy's here, her crew is here. Everybody is here for you.
Yeah,
How are you feeling right now?
it's an answer to a prayer. It really is, and it's a blessing that they're here.
Well, again, I'm so glad that all of you are here to support Peggy. There's a lot of love in this backyard right now. So I'm going to turn it over to you now, Dorothy, so you kind of talk about your plan.
I will. So,
I'm Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert, and I specialize in hoarding.
I know that you want this whole project, this whole hoarding experience to be about your safety and getting your house back.
Yes.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna create Peggy's challenge. So let me bring this out. Peggy, we know that you were a Girl Scout leader at one time. We thought you might want to earn your badge. Peggy, this is your sash, and we will give it to you at the end. And we're going to take any of these badges that you earn and put them over onto your sash.
Is there enough room?
There's enough room. There's enough room.
Good.
So you'll get the badges for 100, 500 boxes, 1,000 boxes, 15, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 bins. You'll get a badge. How about answering concisely badge? What do you think of that? Family members? What do I get for that? Come on. Right? What we're going to do today, just so that everyone knows the plan, we're working outside. We're going to clear patio, carport, driveway, garage. Everybody ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
A little heavy.
We have 250 bins out here. You can see how much there is with just 250 bins and boxes. Peggy, we know you can't do 5 minutes per bin. We know you can't even do 1 minute per bin. So that means we need to have some help from the family on decision making. And, you know, this is the point where Dr. Zazio and I ask you if you will allow your neighbors, friends, family to help you make decisions on what should go into the dumpster. And speaking of friends and family, Judy, get in here. Thank you for being here. So is that a yes from you?
Sure.
That you're willing to allow others to make decisions for you?
Sure.
I asked Peggy if she gave permission to friends and family to make decisions about her stuff, and her answer was an immediate yes. Unheard of, especially on the first day.
When we let others make decisions, that's a big deal. So I think it's worth a round of applause from everybody. Right? That's good news. Organizers and junk teams, be ready with something that rolls. Be prepared to carry it or drag it up to the dumpster. Start looking in your bins and boxes, everybody. Remember, it's been outside.
This is go.
These are my tools that I use religiously.
Roger that.
I can take a organizer or junker. This is a heavy one, so we'll need a cart.
Yes, we will keep these.
Ooh, wow. That can go. You don't want to take a sniff in there.
I have a question, Peggy.
Yes, ma'am.
So far, everything up to here is going,
Yes.
correct?
Except for these.
Except for those.
You seem like you're doing great.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
Yeah, I am.
And you're not regretting anything so far?
no,
Okay.
no.
And one thing that you're seeing is when you do want to keep something, right now, because you have made literally thousands of sweeping
stuff.
decisions, you've kept 5 things, if that.
Yeah. 。
So, that's reasonable.
Yeah. 。
Okay, good.
，
Okay, good. 。
Yeah. 。
Okay,
good. You're doing really good. I'm glad. I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm seeing some hugs and hand-holding. That must mean something. What does it mean to you?
This is good. This is good.
This way. I'm not going to touch you with my glove.
If you could, just come out this way a little bit and take a look back down this.
Peggy, what do you see?
My neighbors. My neighbors.
My neighbors.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
success.
I see success too.
Yeah.
Good job,
Love
Peggy.
it.
And you earned a badge.
Oh, good. I told you.
Got rid of almost 250. We just have a couple things left to go. Family members, what was it like for you to review what Peggy allowed you to review? What was that like?
It's kind of speechless. I'm just surprised at what was there and that this was stuff outside. And so she wasn't using it or seeing it or accessing it.
Sad, some of the things that were ruined that because of the weather and so forth.
Yeah, and
that had to go. That it would have been nice to not to have.
I'm just glad that Peggy trusted us enough to let us make those calls. That surprised me.
Big deal.
It is.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Really big deal.
Yeah.
Peggy, how do you feel about what you just did? It's really miraculous.
Yeah, it was something that I couldn't have been able to have accomplished. And it's good to see that it's gone. And that there's just a few pieces, considering.
Yeah, I think you made really good decisions about what you kept, and
Yeah.
they all have purpose, and yeah. Today was a great start. Peggy worked hard, and she held true to her word. What I'm worried about is when we move into the house, because all those boxes are filled with stuff that she wanted to save. I hope that she's able to continue to make quick decisions, because there is so much stuff to go through that we're barely gonna have enough time as it is. Well, we are clearly making some progress, because here I am sitting in your bedroom. Not super easily, but I am sitting in your bedroom.
I know.
We've got the door open, we've got the hallway cleared, and I just wanted to have a conversation about this bedroom before we tackle it. I think you know by now the reason why Dorothy is here is to organize a team to get the house in order. The reason why I'm here
Is to see that it doesn't happen again.
yes, but in order for that to happen, we have to understand how this happened. And I'm curious about this particular room because it's very much walled off. And I'm wondering if this room, if anything has happened in this room, if this room is symbolic for any reason for you.
It's only symbolic in that I didn't want to stay in there anymore.
And why is that?
Because it had a huge queen-size bed, and it had bits and pieces of furniture that has been up here for 36 years.
I got some eyes on me right behind you. I see Elisa looking at me, and the eyes are trying to tell me something. And I'm not psychic yet, so I'm wondering if you could tell me what those eyes are trying to convey to me.
I've been told.
Don't go there.
Well, Mom, I
No,
guess-
don't go there.
Can you listen? Just listen for just a second, okay?
It's my past. I have the choice, and I make the choice.
You don't understand.
I know.
The reason why this room
No,
is the way
it's not. It's not relevant to the future because it's something that is over and done with, and it doesn't need to be rehashed. I just don't want to.
I'm not quite sure if she's going to completely open up for the reasons of the hoarding. I think there's some bit of denial still in her that she has a problem.
I'm very worried, Peggy, because my sense is this is more of a cleanup for you rather than getting at underneath
I went
why
through counseling for that.
this happened.
For the cause of me not staying in here. I did a couple of years of that.
people that know me personally know the situation. And I just don't want people that, it's none of anybody's, it's my business.
I hope that you don't close the door on an opportunity that you have over the next couple days to try to uncover how this happened, because I think that there's a lot of simplification happening about this room and all the other stuff in your house, and I think it's actually much more complicated than that. I completely understand that it's hard to talk about the underlying issues that can perpetuate hoarding behaviors. However, I'm hoping she's willing to open up while I'm here, because this is a great opportunity to start processing some of this trauma that she's experienced. You have been doing great work. Not anybody can say anything otherwise, but I hope that you do some of the mental health work too while you have the opportunity. So, Peggy, it is never the case when people come to my office to work with me who are struggling with hoarding that we ever start with the house. Ever, ever, never. We always start
With the cause.
Yeah.
And I did that. And I know that that's
But
hard.
Peggy, if you did that, we wouldn't be in this situation, because the situation would have been resolved.
The counseling that I went through had lots of sessions over why it happened, why it wasn't going to happen again. So we had done a lot of work with that.
But that mental health work didn't happen.
No,
and that's
it
the
was-
piece that's
it
the
was-
most important. You know, it's really my responsibility to just impress upon you my concerns. I really hope that you take advantage of the aftercare, because this is something that is critical to your continued success. And the reason why we offer that is because we realize that we can only do so much mental health work in a short period of time, and we want to continue that for you. We only have a few hours left, and I thought maybe she's had a change of heart and will consider talking about some of the issues that led to this hoarding problem. It was the same thing that she said. I've worked through it, and no matter how many times I tried to help her understand that it obviously didn't work because we're here and we have this big problem, she's not connecting it. So I'm hoping that as I connect with an outside therapist, that they might be able to make some headway.
Okay, let's go. Let's move. Heavy.
There it is.
This is quilt stuff, but it can go.
In 30 minutes to 45 minutes, we need to have all of
We
this
can do that.
on the truck.
We can do that. That's
Okay,
a done.
all right.
Just dump it.
About this box?
This is trash.
I've already been through that, Mom. This stuff here can go.
Not
Thank you, honey. Very good.
it can go.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, this looks amazing. This is so nice.
Peggy.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy smokes. I haven't been able to visit my sister in probably 7 years. The last time I came over, I couldn't stay.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's an actual room.
You've got a guest room, Mom.
Now I'll be able to come over and stay. I can stay for a weekend or 3 or 4 days. I got my sister back.
Beautiful.
It's just so amazing.
And there's more to see, so let's head upstairs.
All right, okay, let's. This is gorgeous. This is amazing. I'm so grateful that we all were able to come together and get this accomplished.
Alyssa, what do you think?
I'm speechless.
Are you gonna? I want to know if you're gonna come to visit.
Of course I will.
Yes.
That's what this was all about, is making sure that she was safe and therefore happy, and she could have people over to the house. So that makes me so happy.
Yeah, make sure everybody gets in.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
We can get in here. Woo!
All right.
Beautiful.
This is what you wanted. This is what you needed. This is great.
Peggy, you haven't been in here in 10 years. How does it feel to be in here and to have a completely free room that has no clutter in it?
Feels good.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
I think the week went great. We got rid of a lot of stuff, a lot more than I anticipated.
Okay, friends, family, Dr. Z, let's head back into the living room and just soak it all in.
All right.
All right.
We got rid of 12 tons worth of stuff from this property. We had 7,000 boxes that we went through, sorted, reviewed, and we wound up with only 300 of those boxes in the garage.
I'm very proud of my grandma. I think that she still needs some stuff that she needs to work on, but it was a great step forward.
We would like to now give you Peggy's sash. With that arm through there.
Yeah.
Since you were a Girl Scout leader for many years, this is your very own sash.
Oh, my.
In which you have reviewed 500 boxes, let others make decisions, cleared the apartment, cleared the garage, cleared the carport, reviewed 1,000 boxes, cleared the patio, reviewed 2,000 boxes, 100 boxes, 300 boxes, cleared the house. Whoa, clear the driveway. 250 bins. Yes to moving and giving away the RV. Whoa! Quick decision making. Give car away. Listen to this. Have a real bed to sleep in, and you know what? You get an A for answering some of those questions concisely.
So Dorothy and I are gonna leave, and we're gonna let you guys enjoy each other. Okay, all right.
Thank you. All right, bye everybody. We're gonna sneak right through here.
Seeing my new space, I feel so grateful. I'm hopeful, I'm happy, but I'm also encouraged. This is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it will stay like. It's a happy house. It's a happy house.
Okay, babies. Come over here. Oh, what a good boy. Rusty, don't do that. I'm Nancy, and I'm retired from the phone company. Rusty, leave him alone. Come on. I think I'm a hoarder. I like to collect books, CDs, and videos. And I like to collect things that have to do with creating. I think I started collecting things or hoarding things when I was a child. But what I like to collect and what I end up collecting aren't always the same things. My house is filled with empty bottles, empty boxes, and empty dog food cans. Instead of throwing them away, I let the dogs lick them clean. There. And then I never managed to pick them up off the floor and throw them away.
My name is Michelle, and Nancy is my aunt. She can't even sit at a table or make a meal in her kitchen because she would be standing on 2 feet of garbage. And I don't know what happened to her bedroom. I can't even see if there's a mattress in there. It's filthy. She cannot turn on the heat in her home. I'm afraid of her getting hypothermia, pneumonia. I'm really confused what happened.
My name's Janine, and Nancy's my sister. When you can sleep in garbage like that, or the crap laying on the floor, at some point she has decided that life's okay like this, and she's not of any value.
Her house was always messy, but it was never to this extreme. When I am in my aunt's house, I feel sad. It's very difficult for me to watch her decline.
I pray for my sister a lot, because she's dying a slow death. And if she doesn't get help, she's gonna die in that house. And I can't stand the thought of that.
All right, you guys, so we gotta get started. We have the bio crew here. They're gonna take care of the really bad stuff in there. My name's Corey Chalmers. I'm an extreme cleaner that specializes in biohazard and hoarding. Well, you look like you have concerns already. What's wrong?
I just want to say, please do not ask me why I want to keep something.
Listen, if we don't question you, this is how you got here, okay? This is your thinking process. So if you don't change some of that thinking process, then we're gonna end up right back where we were. So there are gonna be some challenges to the way that you think.
What's of value is right here.
Hey, Nancy, you want to come sit right here?
First thing I'd like to do this morning is take Nancy and her family into the kitchen. I want them to work together, learn to communicate, talk about things, because once we leave, they're gonna be stuck with this mess.
I think you will agree that the majority of this is going to be trash?
Yes.
Okay.
The bottom fell out. Look at the spiders in that. Oh, spiders.
Let me see, please.
Nancy, it's covered in feces.
I just want to look in there.
It's not stained.
Okay. I've seen it.
Everything was going fine in the kitchen, but then all of a sudden Janine just kind of had a breakdown, it looked like. She just started staring at the floor, you know, and crying.
I'm just upset. I've never experienced anything like this.
I think reality set in of how her sister's been cooking and eating in filthy, disgusting conditions.
I can't believe this is a house. This is a house.
I know.
This is a kitchen, but she fixed food in that, and then put it in her body. Yeah. No. Oh God, help.
The microwave is covered in rodent feces, and to think of preparing food in that type of environment, there just aren't words.
Your sister's really having a hard time being in this kitchen where you're cooking and eating and putting stuff in your body.
It's heartbreaking.
And this is one reason I would never have told you what was going on, because I don't want to see you distressed about it.
Life is never meant to be walked alone. You can't walk alone.
Do you understand that?
I do. I do. So I didn't know if I could trust you, but now I know I can. I'm sorry.
What were you afraid of before, Nancy?
Judgment and rejection.
And are you feeling that now?
No, not at all. Not any form of it, nothing.
All these tears from all of you are because they want you to live a better life and because you want a better life. You all want the same goal. So you got to give this back to them and show them that you really do appreciate them getting us here.
I can do that.
So. Break. Okay, this one's full. Just have to throw it away. Good job.
What's really scary here is look at when you touch this. I'm really worried right now. We're cleaning out the kitchen and we're finding very significant damage.
Okay.
There's nothing left. We need to bring the whole family together. We need to show them that this house is literally crumbling right around her. You have major slant to your floor back here where the house is actually sinking. You also can see the mold damage all through that wall. It's very evident now with all the damage that we've uncovered that Nancy cannot stay in this home. I know it's not good news, but is this anything that you didn't already know?
Well, I didn't know it was as bad as it is. I just need some time to accept it. This is too hard. If the house had burned down, I couldn't feel worse.
Everything can only get better from here.
Yes.
How do you get worse than living in a home filled with dog waste? Really?
Also, one of the things that really contributed to it getting worse was getting depressed, okay? And then I think one of the things that contributed to you getting so depressed was you were so isolated and disconnected from your family. And no matter what, that's going to change.
Okay.
I am Dr. Michael Tompkins. I'm a psychologist, and I specialize in the treatment of obsessive-compulsive spectrum disorders like hoarding disorder. The real consequence of what now is starting to sink in for Nancy, and I think she's just overwhelmed. And we're really trying to help her and her family stay in problem-solving mode. My concern is her being so far away from family and support. And so my recommendation would be that she relocate closer by you guys so that she is, again, part of your family. You can come in and check on her, see how she's doing. I wanted to hear from you about whether that is something that you think would work for your family.
It is absolutely crucial that she has people in her life that love her and care for her and accept her. Now is the time to bring up my daughter Maureen came to me and said her and her husband are moving to a big farmhouse. There's a large room over a double garage, and they want to offer it to you for the winter.
Wow.
So you would immediately have a place to live.
Oh my gosh,
for the
man.
winter.
That would be wonderful.
Thank you. It'll be nice to have her nearby, and I won't be worrying all the time about her. I can check in on her.
Do you need it? Yeah, that's brand new.
She's going to be around family in a new, clean environment. Her health is going to get better. She's going to get some professional help. Geez, I can't name how many blessings are going to be in her life.
If I have observed anything today, it's that the family is right there for her. She sees the value of it, they see the value of it, and it's wonderful.
Look, it's all throwaway. It is, thank you. Okay, you got rid of more than you kept. Good job.
Hey, you're doing great, Nancy.
Thank you.
This is the best possible outcome. We couldn't save the house, but we can save Nancy. She has a family that's very willing to support her. I really think she has the best chance to fully recover and manage this disorder with this outcome.
I think I'd like to walk through the house one more time and kind of say goodbye and think about the times that I had that were good when I lived here. Goodbye, house. I'm so sorry that this is how you're ending up. I feel very sad about having ruined my house.
That was death.
Goodbye, house.
Now she has life. She's got hope.
My name is Linda, and I'm 51 years old. You know, there's just something about getting a good deal. Number one, feels good. So health and beauty aisle is a really good bargain aisle here. You get a good deal. There's a little charge that you get with that. What I'm seeing is there's an addiction connection to that. This is something I haven't seen. So this is pretty good. I might have to get some of these. Yep, yeah, yep. Growing up, it was always cluttery, and my parents were children of the Depression era, and pretty much there's a lot of things that you save because you might need them. This is good stuff. This is a good price. And look at this, they've got like a whole... I have that part of depression thinking, you know, I better get it now because I may not be able to get it tomorrow. You know, we might run out. Anybody trying to outwork you today? Where's your little competitor, worker?
Oh, David?
I'm a really social person, and I love to have people around me.
Well,
how can you work if you don't have competition?
I don't need competition.
Oh, okay. Obviously, living like this, you don't want anybody to see that you live like this. It's like this deep, dark secret.
My name's Kyle Quigley, and I'm 22 years old, and Linda is my mother. If you met her, you wouldn't even expect her house to look like the way it does, but if you were to walk in her house, you know, you'd be shocked just because there's piles everywhere. Like, there's boxes of just random junk, and every bedroom that used to be for me and my siblings are full with junk, just boxes of just who knows what's in it, just random stuff. And
who wants to show this to anyone? This is humiliating. It's wretched. Yeah, come look at my pit, you know? Hoarding is so ugly. You know, who wants to hoard? I mean, just the word is like, it's ugly. This is the house that I've lived in since 1990, and I raised my family of 4 children. And at one time, there was a husband here, and he's now gone. Now it's just me.
My name is Jeff Quigley, and Linda and I were married, let's see, September 1st, 1979. About 4 years after we were married, Amanda was born. And then, of course, relationships change when you have a young one to take care of.
My name is Amanda Williams. I'm 26 years old, and I am Linda's daughter. The hoarding and pack ratting kind of behavior has not always been there. Like, as a young child, there definitely wasn't any kind of clutter, and I think about 6th grade is when it started happening for her.
I think it was after her father passed away. I noticed some changes in her attitude, kind of depressed, more migraines, and very defensive about possessions and things.
He and I were really close, and when he died, my body decided to be mad, basically.
What I would see more and more of is I would see more shopping, you know, just going out and buying things, stuff we really didn't need. And I think that I probably became aware of it about 5 years ago, that this was more than just poor housekeeping, that there was something really deep down. And partly because the fact that none of it made sense.
Oh, look at this, isn't this hilarious? Is that too funny or what? It's armadillo. Now see, I would just buy this because it's funny.
There was no rhyme or reason to things that she brought home.
For a while, I went on a thing where I bought baby stuff. This was when the kids were at home. It's like, but you don't have any babies. No, but I'll find somebody that does, you know. But, you know, somebody's got a baby. I'm going to salvage what I want to take with me, put in a pod that is sitting in my driveway, and get it ready to be sold and start my new life.
My name's Dr. Renee Renardi. I'm a psychologist and I specialize in obsessive compulsive disorder and compulsive hoarding. We'll get started. Of course, it's a big day. Big day for you, especially more than
That it
anybody
is.
else, and you too, Kyle. So I think there are a couple of ground rules. I do want Linda to be in charge of this process. We want to check everything out with her first. So she's the one that makes all the decisions with everything, and the person running the show. Now what we have to see is more of the behavioral aspects of it. What is she going to be able to tolerate? How long is she going to be able to work for? How much is she going to be able to delegate? And we're not going to know until we get started, really. You ready,
I'm ready to
get
go.
started?
I'm
Sounds
ready.
Good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. The most important thing for me, like I said, is I want to see some completion on this thing.
Okay.
And it's overwhelming, as you can see. Oh boy.
In the pot, okay. Put it in a pod. Now is this gonna be?
Go.
This is a go.
You know what? This is a whole bunch of different clothes, and I'm not even gonna.
Okay.
Not even gonna go there. And more vitamins and hair color and goodbye. Yay. This I am gonna not keep. I was gonna say I'm gonna keep it, but it's okay. And you know, I'm not sure about this, so I'm gonna keep my measuring cup though.
Dr. Renardi and my mom are downstairs sorting still, and I think that's going good. I just, I'm kind of one of those people that want to get things done as fast as possible, and I know that's kind of process, you don't do that, so it's kind of hard for me because, I just want to get the ball rolling and get things out of here. Is there anything you want me to do? Like the old freezer and those old bikes that we already talked about getting rid of?
Those can go.
I tell
Yeah,
them
you
then?
guys. Yeah, please. That would be awesome, Kyle.
This can go. All this can go, I know that.
Getting to the bottom of it. You are. Hallelujah. I'm exhausted. I'm not lying. That's going to be part of the process. I was so tired last night. I was physically ill. Today, I slept really good last night. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to go.
Good.
I can't believe all this was in the attic. That is nuts. Like, that attic is only about this tall.
Oh, look at this. Oh.
Good.
One thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
And it all gets done.
All right.
So,
I can do it. But the other thing is, I do need to look at it.
yeah.
She originally said she's just gonna probably throw away all of it. And now she's like, she just came out there and said, yeah, I kind of changed my mind. I need to look through there. So, I don't know.
Yeah, these are all dolls that are no good. That one, though, gotta save. These are really nice for somebody's baby. Same. Oh. These were Manda's, and we had a really special friend that made these. Oh, Manda. Somebody made this for Manda, and I have to show this to her. A lot of it was baby things. And I had a little hang up there. And this was Heather's. This was Amanda's.
Yeah.
I didn't think this was gonna bother me.
Yeah. Well, it brings back a lot of memories, I think, of. So.
This is Kyle's. And that picture that picture that's on the mantle, he's wearing this. And this is hard. I have to show him this. That picture that's on the mantle, I think he has this on.
Okay.
mom made these. And my aunt made this. And she's gone now.
Yeah. She was getting stressed out toward the end because she wanted to get a lot done, and it's a long process, but it's worth the time.
I didn't think I was gonna do this. I didn't want to do this.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this stuff was up there. I forgot about it.
Sure.
I don't know. It's probably gonna take a while because there's a lot of stuff out there, so.
Right here.
It just sucked because we had a good tempo going and we were getting rid of stuff. Here's water.
Thanks.
Is there anything that we can, any other areas we can start or anything we
No.
want us to
I
do?
can't do any more than I'm doing. I can't think of anything else.
Do you want
Can
us to do anything?
I can't think of anything else. I can't even think. I'm feeling really pressured.
Okay.
In doing this process, there's a lot of friction that certainly can come up. I think there was friction at times between her and some of the cleanup people just because she was so panicky wanting to make use of them. At one point, she was saving more for a little while as her anxiety increased, but then she kind of had that release of energy and now is tossing stuff in the truck herself.
Good. I don't mean literal bad. I mean, I don't. Billy Banks going on made him go flat. That's it. Yes. Who needs to go to a batting cage, right? This one I'll keep because it smells good. That's nice.
As we speak, she's out there throwing stuff into the truck, which can appear like, is she distressed? I think it's something that is very empowering for her.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. You know, my tendency is I really want to check these out.
Well,
don't say that.
Why?
Because it's a Schwinn and I can sell it.
No one's gonna buy a 1980
Flat-ass broke.
Schwinn.
No, save it. Sorry.
No one's, no.
You know what? I've done a really good job. It. What else? Okay.
Actually, I know something.
How's that for a finale? You like it?
I don't know, I'm gonna do what I can when I can, which I try to come and help her when I can, but I don't know, I've had a lot of patience the last couple of days. I don't know if I can do that for too long.
On three? 1, 2, 3.
It isn't realistic to think in a week or in 2 days that we're gonna be able to clean out the house and have it stay there long term. I would say almost always when the person who hoards is not involved, the house is gonna get cluttered again, and usually cluttered pretty quickly. So it is better to do it this way, even though it takes a little bit longer up front. It's much better in the long term.
I think we got them. Let's walk around. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's do that.
Here's this.
Okay.
I'm maxed. I'm done.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Can't process anymore.
Now it's just kind of in a standstill. They're both talking to their attorneys, my mom and my dad, trying to figure out what the next step is. They got denied on a home loan, which was going to pay to fix up the house so that they could sell it.